I wonder if I have a farmer's stand. Hey y'all, it's Michael and it's Vlogtember day 12, and today I thought I'd do a tag. It's the reading habits tag. This is created by the Book Jazz. I'll link the original video down below. This is a tag to talk about the reading habits that you have as a reader. Now, my reading habits constantly change, but I feel as though like right now in September 2017, I have it pretty down pat on how I read and the structure of how I read. The first question is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? At home, I mainly read in my room. I recently bought some like really good, really expensive noise canceling headphones. They help so much. I'll talk about what I listen to once we get to that question, but oh my god, like buying a noise canceling, good, great noise canceling headphones changed the game. It really changed the game. Well, the thing about reading in my bed is that it does make me go a little bit sleepy. I found out, for me anyways, that I read more productively when I am sitting down on a chair and have a table, like the book is actually there instead of me laying down and like getting comfy, because like getting cozy and getting comfortable just signals for me to go to sleep. So it's a little bit hard in that aspect. Number two, bookmark or random piece of paper. Anything. I already did a bookmarks collection, so those are the bookmarks that I use. But I will, when I say I'm one of those people that will use anything, I'll use a scrap of paper, a receipt, whatever is available on site for me to mark it. I just won't bend the pages because I don't want to damage the book. Number three, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter slash a certain amount of pages? I do like to stop at the end of chapters a little bit better, just because I can have a stopping point. And I'm finding out that this is more predominant because I've been doing this with the short story collections that I have been reading, that I just stop at the end of the story. Like with the short story collections I have been reading, I just stop at the end of the story. Like I go from the beginning of this short story to the end and then I stop. But when it comes to like a full-length novel, I like to stop at the chapter or like a sentence. But if I stop at the middle of a sentence and then pick back up, I do find myself going back and then rereading the last few so I can get my bearings. Number four, do you eat or drink while reading? I love to drink coffee as I read. I'm usually at Starbucks, so I have some sort of tea or iced tea or coffee. Mainly iced coffee or like a macchiato if I'm feeling really sweet, or a latte, like a white chocolate latte if I'm feeling really, like if I want something really sweet. Cold brew is good for me. I really like the cold brew, especially the coconut one. I like that one. Right now, as of this moment, you can get what's called, well, since the pumpkin spice latte is out, you can get what's called, on the secret menu, it's called a pumpkin patch latte. It is delicious. It's your normal pumpkin spice latte, but substitute the milk with soy and then tell them to blend the matcha with the milk. It's so good. It's like sweet but almost savory like, but it's like the hint of the sweet from the matcha is like a little bit overboard on what a normal pumpkin spice latte would do, and it's gonna give you a weird color, but it is delicious. It's the reason why I love the pumpkin spice latte. It's so good. I love the pumpkin patch. It's one of the best things on that secret menu. I love it. Multitask, music or TV while reading. I love to listen to music while I read. I cannot do TV. I can't do it. I will do like white noise, like if I'm at a coffee shop and like my headphones need to charge or I forgot my headphones. But like multiple people and multiple things going on at the same time, I can do that. Or like right now where it's really quiet, it's like a scene off of an anime over there. Right now in my backyard, it's really good reading time. But I do love to listen to music, and I mainly listen to like orchestral pieces. There are some pieces that I can tell you, like these are the ones I always listen to. Like track number 23 of the Moana soundtrack, it's called Kokomora. Oh my god, that piece is beautifully so action-packed. I also love Light of the Seven from the season 6 soundtrack of Game of Thrones. Beautiful, beautiful piece of music. It's beautiful. But I'll also listen to classical like Vivaldi, Debussy, Bach, Mozart. I really like those. Oh, you know what? I can pull it up on my phone right now, actually, because I have a reading playlist. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the newer release, has some really cool pieces on there. I really love The Battle and The Blitz 1940. The Battle gives you this sense like it amps you up. I really love it. Oh my god, one of my favorite is like theme songs. I love like the theme from Westworld, Game of Thrones. It's really good. The theme from the Spider-Man Homecoming, it's like it gets you amped up. I really love it. Is this one called by Uyunadi? What's his name? Ludovico Uyunadi. It's called Petrichor. It is a beautifully done melancholy piece. It suits a lot of the moods for books. It's one of my favorite. I really like that one. But there are a whole bunch of other ones that I listen to. I have a whole reading soundtrack that I made up. It's really good on reading. One book at a time or several at once? Oh, several at once. And now I'm at the point where I'm reading a short story collection. I have some Shakespeare going. I have like a read along going on, and then I have the Man Booker. I'll let you guys know the books that I'm reading coming up in like a TBR video. But I read multiple books at once. I have a manga going on. I read multiple books at once, but I've always viewed it like TV shows. Like I watch multiple TV shows and I can keep up with it and I get the details and whatnot. I always feel like that with books, and I take notes. I don't like to write in books, but I have notebook. That's why you always see me with notebooks, because I write notes on it. And a lot of the times, a lot of my books are actually library books, so I don't have them with me, and I can't write in it because that's crazy to do. But I really like taking notes. It helps me remember a lot. You'll be surprised how much you remember. And it's also like one of those habits that I've formed just from like taking a whole from classes and whatnot to always take notes. So I just do it out of habit. And like with that, I also have like a schedule going on. I have to make sure to read this amount within each day. And I know it sounds like a chore, but it really keeps me on track and I really enjoy it. Reading out loud or silently in your head. I read silently in my head. I don't read out loud. I think the only times I ever read out loud is like if it's a really difficult word and I have to like pronounce each syllable. Or I have been finding out, since I'm reading Shakespeare right now, I'm saying some of the words like to get the nuances to make, because since it's a lot of like play on words and like the poetry of it. Poetry too is that like sometimes saying it out loud physically will get the meaning of the sentence and the words and whatnot. Number 9, do you read ahead or even skip pages? I can't even imagine skipping pages. I think the only time I skip a page is like just to look at how many, to look at the end of like the page number, but I would never read ahead because that's like spoilers and I don't want to do that to myself. Breaking the spine or keeping it like new. For me, it doesn't really matter. I just want the book to be easy as possible. Now, some of those UK books though, like the books published in the UK, they're really hard to break compared to the really floppy US ones here. Yeah, because I have a copy of The Philosopher's Stone, and that when I was reading it, I was like, oh my god, the spine is really hard to break for some odd reason. But I'll break it if it has to. To me, it doesn't really matter. Do you write in your books? Oh, as I mentioned, no. I don't write in my books. Because A, like I said, a lot of them are library books, and B, I can't. I cannot. I just can't. Who do you tag? I'm gonna tag Alan from Yup, I Read It, and Morgan Gale. If you I think Morgan, I think they did it. Oh god. Okay, so I tag you guys if you haven't done it, but if you have, then just disregard this video at all. So yeah, if you've done this tag, let me know. Would love to check out your video. Until then, I'll see you guys till tomorrow. Bye. Summer's gone, I'm latching on.